Well, welcome back. You can hear the unknown stories of revolutionary women in Colonial Williamsburg right now. What a gift it is to have this in our history. It's how you can relate important stories from the founding of our country to right now. And joining me now to talk about this is Miss Emma Cross and Nicole Brown, who both portray very important women. And a lot of times we hear the stories of, quote, our founding fathers, right? But you all are here to talk about the role that women had in the founding of this country. Talk to me about who you represent.
Sure. So I portray a woman named Anne Wager.
Okay.
She is a tutoress, I think that's the 18th century term, but a school teacher, really. And she runs the first and the only Bray School in Williamsburg. That school is ultimately the first of its kind in Virginia, meant for the education of enslaved and free African Americans in the city.
Wow. Now, one of the things that was so impressive to me is that you not only portrayed the character, but you researched her and wrote the script.
Yes.
So tell us something just amazing about this particular character that you think is worth sharing.
I think what's really fascinating about her is ultimately, and it's something that you and I have both talked about, which is how much agency this woman has in controlling her own life and her lifestyle. Sure. And I think that's something that we have the benefit of sharing, not only myself portraying Anne Wager, but at the foundation as a whole, is looking at the active role that this woman took in coordinating and running her own life. Wow. Really, yeah.
Which is something so incredible about that era. It's not something that you would see that often, or is it?
It actually probably would surprise people to realize that women are taking an active role both in politics, socially, in economics, everything. I think sometimes we forget that everybody has to make a living, and in the 18th century they understood that.
Yeah.
And the character that I portray, Clementina Rind, is one of those people. She is a mother, she's a wife, she loses her husband, and she takes over his business and continues running it.
Which is the Virginia Gazette.
Which is the Virginia Gazette, yes.
So one of the first journalists,
female
journalists in the state.
Yeah.
Talk about just the contribution of what she did by continuing that business.
Certainly, certainly. So it's the second newspaper in Williamsburg that's being printed that she takes over in 1773. And not only does she continue contributing just, local news and that sort of thing, but really that's a time when the revolution as we know it is starting to get underway. Some of the things that she reports in her newspaper are things that in Virginia will never be forgotten. And she's there in the middle of it and holding a government position at the same time. As a woman in 1774, she is the public printer to the colony. And so being able to research her life and the active role that women were taking and presenting that.
Just to hear these stories, just you sitting here for a few minutes, tell people where they can hear much more about this and the other people that you're going to be focusing on as well.
Certainly.
Sure. So one of the places obviously you can come, and you should come, is Colonial Williamsburg.
Yes.
Actually 7 days a week we have programming called Visit a Nation Builder, since both of us are part of that unit, where we, portraying these two individuals as well as other women and other men in that unit, will be portraying them. You can also go to colonialwilliamsburg.com and you can take a look at our Facebook page as well to find out more about us.
Thank you. Thank you both for being here. It's such a beautiful place. If you haven't been just yet, you just don't want to miss it. And especially during the holidays, it's just stunning as well.
It's gorgeous.
Thank you, ladies, for being here.
Thank you so much.
All right, we'll be right back.